All right, if you're looking to live in one of the most prestigious master plan communities in the United States, that's right, here in Nocatee, and you need a larger home, you want newer but larger home site, then this is your last opportunity. Today I'm introducing you to Coral Ridge at Seabrook here in Nocatee. All right, so here we are in the southwest section of Nocatee in the Seabrook collection, and Seabrook is got the Seabrook Village, it's got the phase 2, it's got Reflections, it's got Palm Crest, but today we're talking about Coral Ridge, and Coral Ridge is the largest of them all. They have 70 and 80 foot lots. And you're going to see homes here between 3,700 up to 4,800. So some of the largest lots in Nocatee and the youngest vintage available. The other claim to fame for Coral Ridge is it's also electronically gated. Not a lot of communities in Nocatee are gated. This is one of the very few. And then I would say this is probably one of my top 5 favorite neighborhoods in all of Nocatee. If you've watched my previous videos, you know there are about 50 neighborhoods within the master plan community of Nocatee, and Coral Ridge is definitely my top 5. By the way, my name is DeTullio. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. I will be coming out with more videos every week, every Tuesday and Thursday. And the reason you want to subscribe is because I will be covering, my next future video will be top 5 neighborhoods in Nocatee, and Coral Ridge is certainly one of them. So really quick, let's talk about proximity. There'll be a new school here shortly in the fall of 2027, right there in Seabrook Village. A bike ride or a walk away from Coral Ridge as well. Brand new K through 8 school here in St. Johns County. And let's talk about the remainder of locations. So we're going to go ahead and go to my fancy little monitor here, and we'll go ahead and see from Coral Ridge how far are we from the water parks. So really quick, as you can see here, we're exactly about 4.3 miles. It's a 10-minute drive from Coral Ridge to the water parks in Nocatee Town Center. It also 10 minutes to all the stores, doctor's offices, etc. So not a long drive. Golf cart ride, it's going to be about, I would say, 20 minutes. So double that for golf cart. You're going to want a lithium cart and figure at least 20 minutes going the speed limit, or around 20 miles an hour. All right, where else would we want to go? One of the big things that people always ask for me is, where are we going? How far are we from the beach? Why do we move to Florida? Because we want to be near the beach, right? So let's go ahead and put Michler in there. Michler's Beach. And again, from Coral Ridge, it's about a 10-mile drive, because we're all the way down on the south end of Nocatee, and we're looking at a 20-minute ride. And this is probably due to traffic right now, busiest time of day. Shooting this in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. Busiest time of day is about 20 minutes. So figure with parking and everything and traffic, 20 minutes. Not too bad. And that's 10 miles from the neighborhood in Coral Ridge. All right, one more I'm going to put in here just for those that want to know where the most exclusive hospital in the country. That's right, folks. Mayo is exactly 20 miles from here, 37 minutes. But we do have Baptist, we have St. Vincent's as well as your major hospitals. So for those that want to make sure you're in good proximity to important hospitals, that's 37 minutes, but that's one of the Baptist facilities. But anyway, you get the point. This is a great location here in Nocatee, but the reason people are moving in here is because they want larger lots, they want larger homes, and they want newer homes. And this is really the last neighborhood in Nocatee besides River Landing where you can still get a brand new build from scratch, over 4,000 square feet. And really, I think there's only like 12 lots remaining as of shooting this right now. Total, there's over 170 home sites in here total. Most of them are built out. There's 4 builders, and right now there are only 2 builders left selling. That's ICI Homes and David Weekley Homes. And you're gonna see, if you're buying new construction, building from scratch, you're probably going to spend between 1.5 to, I don't know, 2.5. There's homes up here in this neighborhood. Some of the models sold for well over $2 million. I know some folks that have built homes well over $2 million. So some really nice home sites in there. There are a few quick move-ins, and also, a little teaser, I have a really amazing resale coming on the market. Over 4,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, massive lot. It's going to be, I think, 160 feet deep on one side and almost 200 feet deep on the preserve side. So if you're looking for a heck of a deal to move in before the following school year, either that or a quick move-in is going to be a really good option for you. So I'm super excited about that launch. Folks selling decided to build a bigger home, even bigger than 4,000 square feet. So I'm excited for them. So again, if you're looking for a bigger home and you want newer, Coral Ridge is going to be your spot. Now, why would you consider Coral Ridge a newer community over some of the resales in Nocatee? Because we're in a buyer's market now, and there are certainly a lot of resale options. Some older homes, you might be able to get a better deal. I don't know, maybe not. But the fact of the matter is, the benefit of being in a newer community that's only, I think the last time we shot this was when it was bare land, was in 2023. So barely a couple years old. But the benefit of that is people are still moving in or getting settled into these homes. So it's going to be easier to meet your neighbors. On some of the established communities, like where I live in 20 Mile, we've kind of been there for over 5 years. We've established our circles of friends, our kids' friends and all that. Here you're looking at a brand new neighborhood where people are still meeting each other, still kind of finding their tribe. The school is going to be brand new next year. So if you're looking for an opportunity where it's easier to meet people, definitely at the beginning of a neighborhood, everybody's talking to each other about, hey, where did you move from? What builder did you move to? What floor plan did you choose, etc., etc. People are still new and sharing all those fun facts, and so it's certainly easier to meet people when everybody's newer to the neighborhood. In true Nocatee fashion, Coral Ridge does have their own playground, and I might add it's very well covered here, keeping us out of those summer elements. It's June and it's hot this year. But again, a gathering place for community. They didn't think anything less for Coral Ridge. And the proximity to this community is just close to the Seabrook Park, which has one of the most larger community pools in Nocatee, as well as the Big Dog, Small Dog Park, and the playgrounds over there. So quick accessibility there. And then, of course, right here in the back of the neighborhood, literally behind Coral Ridge, is the brand new school, which is going to be starting in 2027. K through 8 school as well. So great proximity to the amenities. And of course, if you do want to get a shortcut to the Nocatee Town Center and the water parks, you will be able to access from here on the golf cart road system the new Greenbelt Trail that is at the end of Reflections. So again, being part of the Seabrook collection, that's going to cut at least 10 minutes golf cart ride into the town center, cutting through Seabrook and Reflections on that Greenbelt Trail. All right, so you're probably wondering, what does it cost to live in a community like this? Well, you have your CDD fee like all people in Nocatee, which gives you access to all the amenities, the water parks, all 200 events they have here. And then you have an HOA fee. So the CDD fee is going to be just over $2,700 annually. That comes billed to you in your property taxes. That's part of the bond, which will go away after a certain period of time, and then the service portion to pay all the staff and to maintain all of Nocatee, the golf cart road systems, all the landscaping. And then you have your HOA fee, which is just for Coral Ridge, which is $1,500 annually, and that helps pay for everything within the community, right? That's that gated electronic entryway, that's the sidewalks and the common areas in the community, the park. That's what your HOA fee is paying for. Now, a little side note, for those of you that don't know, when you have a gated community in Nocatee, which there are not very many, but if you have a gated community, that means that the roads are private, as opposed to the other communities that you may see in 20 Mile, like where I live, where it's not gated. Those are considered city streets. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the HOA can enforce people parking on the road. So hopefully you would have a little less of that at night or whatnot, because they're not city streets, they're private streets, okay? Now, home costs. Home costs in here average between, again, realistically, you're going to be around 1.5 to about over $2 million. ICI, one of the last builders in here, they have 2 lots left. You can build whatever your heart's desire with ICI Homes, since they are semi-custom. They'll charge you for it, but I've seen people build well over $2.5 million in here with ICI, no problem. David Weekley is the other builder that's left in here. They have about 10 lots and a couple of spec homes. Again, they have some massive incentives. Just like ICI, you're looking at incentives such as maybe David Weekley, I know, is doing a pool package worth 120 or 130 grand. So if you want to add a pool, that will save you some money with that incentive, or you can use it towards the house. And then the lot premiums that are left over are roughly between $80,000 and $140,000, depending on the last lot that you pick out here in the community. So those are all the numbers to consider. Now, there are a few quick move-ins with those incentives available. And as I said earlier, I also do have a resale that will be coming up soon, over 4,000 square feet, 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath. So if you're interested in that or any of the other home options here in Coral Ridge or the rest of Nocatee, my name is Greg DeTullio. I live here. I have plenty of builds going on here, and I'd love to be your resource of choice. You can text me, call me, email me. It's never too early to start planning, especially since we're at the end of development here in Nocatee, this awesome master plan community. If you don't know about Nocatee, I'll have a quick 10-minute video giving you an overview of the community, as well as another option to see to learn more about this area. So I'll see you on those next 2 videos.